Well, colleagues, we come to the finale, as I described it, and I'm absolutely delighted that my President Barroso, has been able to join us for this closing session. I know that you, Mr. President, have been a strong supporter of all that is being done to support the people of Somalia. And if I may, I will give you the floor.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Thank you. Let me also say the pleasure I have being in this closing ceremony here with President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, which I met this morning in the European Commission, and also the President du Djibouti, Monsieur Ismail Ouellet, and all of you, ministers, ambassadors, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, my sincere word of thanks to Cathy Ashton for organizing this conference, and to her and all the personnel that has supported her in this very important initiative. Almost 1 year ago, on the 20th of August 2012, Somalia went through a new beginning. But every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. In the case of Somalia, it was the end of a transitional phase which launched the foundations for what we all expect can become a stable, democratic country living at peace with itself and with its neighbors. For a too long period, Somalia was an example of what can happen to a country when the rule of law breaks down and warlordism assumes the reins. It is now time that Somalia becomes an example of how a war-torn country can overcome past divisions and promote peace, development, and national reconciliation. To achieve it, we need the commitment of the Somalis, and we need the support and mobilization of the international community. That is what this conference, the Brussels conference, set out to do. Excellencies and ladies and gentlemen, today we can say the Brussels conference has been successful, and we are proud to be part of that effort. The conference has highlighted the commitment of the Somali people to work together and the strong solidarity from the international community to help Somalia achieve its goals. With a strong living compact endorsed by Somalia and the international community, we can draw inspiration and strength for our cooperation. We will need the encouragement because the needs and the challenges remain great. But together we are starting to meet them. Under the leadership of African Union forces, and I would like also to make a special reference to the African Union effort, the threat of Al-Shabaab is being countered, and the political space needed for reconciliation and reconstruction is gradually being created. Somali political leadership is strengthened through increasing regional engagement, increasing investments, and increased control of their own governance and security. For further progress, we need to make sure Somali authorities are better able to control their own finances and revenues as well. The international community will step up its support. A number of important conferences this year have substantially contributed to bringing us to the point we are at today, and I thank all my colleagues here for those very important efforts. The European Union has been a long-time partner to Somalia. Since 2008, we have provided over €1 billion to support Somali people's basic needs and to improve the country's security through support to the African Union mission in Somalia and to training and advising Somali security forces. And I am glad to confirm that today we have pledged an additional €650 million to support this new compact. The conference today has been about connecting the dots, bringing together all the commitments made to the Somali people, both by the Somali government and by the international community, in one coherent framework. It has been key to connect the priorities set by the Somali people themselves with the engagements of their international supporters. Through the compact, we now have a clear and agreed roadmap of how Somalia can address its most urgent priorities while moving towards a full constitution and elections in 2016 in order to fully and legitimately represent the interests of all its citizens. I want to thank you, Mr. President, for the very complete briefing and the very open and friendly conversation we had today, where you exposed to me in very clear detail all the plans you have for this democratic advancement in your country. And because this is ultimately a Somali-led process, one that has been developed by its government, parliament and regions, and that will continue to rely on the commitment and ownership of all elements of Somali society. With their admirable drive, and let me highlight here in particular the role of President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, and our effective support, I believe we can make it happen. It was indeed, I think, without precedent, the efforts made to create this compact, this new deal, or a new deal for Somalia. When you think about it, in such a short period of time, in a country that has still so many security challenges, it was possible for the President and his advisors and his administration to consult people all over the country. And we are very proud, I have to say, for the work that the European Union, European Commission and the External Action Service have been doing on the ground, sometimes in difficult conditions, to help the Somali authorities. I would like also to express here my word of appreciation and thanks to our personnel, the European Union personnel, that have been working with our Somali friends to make this possible.